All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to Ratazah to be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And I might be all over the place. I had a lot of things on my mind today, this morning. Again, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. I don't want to Ratazah to be edifying, exhorting, and comforting. And the main thing that was on my mind, pretty sure, as you can see on the screen, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it already. The collapse or the reacquisition of First Republic Bank. JP Morgan has officially acquired First Republic Bank, and now I think they said JP Morgan Chase owns 10% or something like that. I forget. It's some law on the books, I guess. They completely disregard. I'm not too much into the financial laws and shit, but I guess they completely disregarded a law that was on the books as far as banks owning I think 10% of the U.S. debt. In order to stop a monopoly. I'm not exactly too much up on it, but they completely disregarded that law's in the wind now, and they allowed J.P. Morgan Chase to acquire First Republic Bank, which we know. It's all it's the theater. It's all theater, man. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Ultimately, all the banks are gonna collapse. We know it's gonna be. We know what time it is, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know all roads are leading to the Charagma, the RFID, micro C hip, that digital OOL. All right, and we know Esau deals with gradualism. He deals with what is it, predictive programming, and this is basically, he's making his move, man. He's making his move to set up this digital system, this new world order, this new way of governing, buying and selling. And like we always say over and over, he has to collapse this current economy in order to usher in this new economy, this new way of buying and selling, of operating. Okay, you see, and that's what you see happening. He's gradually, which not even gradually, because a lot of things are happening quickly, rolling out this new world order. He's putting everything in play, you know, you know. So anyway, as you can see on the screen, this is from BBC News. It says U.S. bank collapse warning. U.S. could face economic turmoil, which we've been telling you over and over. We've broken records, man. Broken records. Evil times on the horizon. Okay, Daniel 12:1, a time like never before. Jeremiah 30, we're at the door of Jacob's trouble. We're at the door of the hour of temptation. All hell is going to break loose. And remember, the hour of temptation is going to try the whole world. Okay, Jacob's trouble is going to try the world. The whole entire inhabited world. Why? Because the earth, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked is ruling. Esau, Edom. And he's ruling wickedly. And he's got an agenda. Aaron Russo told you to what? To what the people. That way they'll have complete control. You don't want to obey, they just lock your what off. Okay? And that's where everything is heading. And not to mention, Yasharallah, we're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. So this thing, it's a global thing. It's a global reset. It's a global agenda. All right? And all these heathens, all these nations are in cahoots. As you can see, what you see happening is they're just really fighting over who's going to, be the head of this new system that's being rolled out. And they deal with what? The Hegelian dialect, order out of chaos, problem, reaction, solution, pressure from above, pressure from below. It's all by design, man. It's all by design. So it says, and we've been telling you, when you look around, all you keep seeing is striking. Yesterday was May 1st, May Day. You saw in Paris, France, there was, in an uproar. you know, throwing Molotov cocktails at police officers, you know, and it's gonna get worse. Now I saw now the Hollywood, the Writers Guild, the writers are talking about striking. That's the vibration in the earth, man. Why? Because the wicked is ruling and the people are mourning and they're tired of being oppressed. You know, that's why we know sedition is coming right here to Babylon the Great, man. Just like you see all throughout the world. All right. So it says U.S. could face economic turmoil if another bank faces collapse, which we know it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It says money bosses warn BBC News. This was a good report. I'm not gonna play it, but it says the U.S. could face economic turmoil if more banks face collapse. Some of the world's leading money managers have warned. The caution followed the failure of First Republic, the second largest banking failure in U.S. history, and the third bank to collapse in the country since March. So it says J.P. Morgan Chase took over First Republic in a deal brokered by regulators, but there is a warning that the U.S. could face a credit crunch and economic slowdown, and at a crucial time if another bank fails, which we know is inevitable. It's inevitable because this place is circling the drain. It should have been collapsed. This bubble should have been popped, and this collapse is going to be worse than ever. You know, you people are in a much worse state, man. Way worse than during the Great Depression. Was that 1929 or I forget exactly the date on the Great Depression. You know, you people in a way worse case and way worse than 2007, 2008. The housing market collapse. You people in a, man, it's gonna get nasty, and it's gonna catch majority of you off guard. I don't know how. When the prophecies are screaming, the men of the Lord are out there screaming, constantly warning you. The Lord, the Yahweh Shai is shaking you on every which way. You turn on the news, that's all you see, man. Talks of World War III, nuclear destruction, layoffs. Everything we've been warning you about and filtering it through the scriptures, you see it every which way you turn. But a lot of you still shoving your head in the goddamn sand. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The blood is off our hands. And like I said, I'm probably all over the place. A lot of things were on my mind, Let's just hit the scriptures, man. Let's see where I want to start at. Salakia. Let's start with 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. The main point I want is in 3. Because a statement that was made by Jamie Morgan, I think that's his name, from Chase, he was saying that this acquisition, things should start to bounce back, and basically he was preaching peace and safety, which we know this man is a goddamn devil, and he's got an end game, and it's all by design. Matter of fact, let's hit Psalms first. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Yeah, he's a liar and the father of it. This man is a devil, a deceiver. He is the wicked per Malachi 1 and 4, and he has an end game, an end goal, an agenda. And that's to get all the people sea-hipped, okay? Where he'll have complete control, and that's where everything is leading to. But he wants to control the collapse. He's going to collapse this bitch. You see he's collapsing it, but he wants to control it. He wants to control the run on the banks, so on and so forth. He wants to control this chaos, So it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Yeah, he talks a good game. But only the simple believe. The simple believeth every word. The prudent man looketh well to his going. The prudent man checks things out. You know, does critical thinking. Adds shit up. But the simple, they believe everything, man. Especially what they daddy tell them. They believe it. Whatever CNN says, whatever this person say, they just run with it. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart, because he's really planning on destroying the people, bringing purity hell upon you people, man, completely oppressing you. What's the New World Order slogan? You will own nothing and be happy. That's the end game, You know? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah, they really planning on coming in as a flood. You know? They planning on completely destroying the people, man. And they've been doing it on every front, man, destroying you physically, through the foods, spiritually, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually. Every side he's been waging war on you. And Elder Apostle Tahar just mentioned about the four five warfare. That's what they doing with these railroad derailments. Polluting the water. Burning down these food processing plants. He's waging war on the people, man. You know, but ain't nobody paying attention but the elect. And we've been warning you, and you ain't seen nothing yet. The devil is about to come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. His time is up. According to Job, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai set the bounds which he can't pass, and he knows it. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. 1 Thessalonians 5:1, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Adawan so cometh as a thief in the night. And we know that. That's why we constantly watching you and staying on our square to the best of our ability. Putting on as the elect, offending as least as possible. Kissing the son, least he be angry. Because we know any day now, all hell can break loose. Things are gonna change in a moment, in a twinkle, in the twinkling of an eye, in a blink, you're gonna wake up. Everything gonna be completely different. Life as you know it is gonna be different. We're gonna enter into that next phase, the next phase, which is what? Persecution, purity, hell upon the people. That's why now is the time to get this oil, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in your vessel. It's gonna keep you stable in the times to come. It's going to help you from bugging out. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has told you these things from the beginning. He's declared the end from the beginning. And it's going to do nothing but boost your faith. Because you saw it, you got the play. You got the scriptures. These are exciting times for the elect. Everything we've been warning you about, we see it coming down the pike and fast. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then that's what Jamie Morgan, I forget whatever the hell his dude name is. That's what he was preaching, peace and safety. Don't worry about it. The banking, with this acquisition, everything should be strong again. I see Trump running and I see he had the MAGA hat on, Make America Great Again. He had it all white MAGA hat on. America's through. America's through. It's lost its hegemony. All these nations, these heathens are dumping the dollar. They abandoning ship. They salivating. They licking their chops. America's ripe for the slaughter. Our redemption is nigh. This gospel has gone out, so the end is coming. Our redemption is nigh. So for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You're not going to escape this judgment. You can't hide from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, and that's the only ones we're concerned with, the elect of Yasharallah. That's why we do these videos, and we go out there to the highways and the byways. The foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So what if some did not believe? Shall it make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid. In 2nd Esdras tells you, fear not the incredulity, the unbelief, their vain imaginations, right? It says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, because we got the light, this truth, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And we've been watching. And everything we've been saying, we've been warning you about, we see it. Hey, prophecies are screaming. It's screaming, baby. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. We're at the end. The vision is screaming. It's screaming. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's boosting our faith. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is faithful and true. He's not a man that he should lie. He said it, it's going to come to pass. It is coming to pass. All is being fulfilled. There's only a handful of prophecies that are left to play out. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, going into Esau Edom. He can't get right. He is the wicked, per Malachi 1 and 4. He was made that way. Okay? He was made to be the wicked. He is the vessel of wrath fitted to destruction. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's whipping stick on the left-hand side. That red horse that came to take peace from the earth. He's doing his job, but you ain't seen nothing yet. But the just shall live by his faith. The just is Yasharallah, you tribes, and chiefly the elect. We walk by faith, not by sight. We know some way, shape, or form, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to lift up that standard. He's going to put that hedge around us. Because we're putting our trust in him. And we're not just, we're not just having faith, walking by faith alone. We have faith plus works. Adawan, we keep enduring to the end. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine his philosophies, his unrighteous decrees, his legislation, the words of his mouth, smoother than butter, but wars in his heart. He goes around so-called proclaiming peace, peace, peace. It's all for the benefit of the people, but he really want to destroy you. He covets fields and takes them by violence, so that he oppress a man and his heritage. That's this devil. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Read Obadiah. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. That's what he brings upon the people. Purity, hell, and death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what this whole new world order is about. This new agenda, getting complete control, getting everybody under his thumb, You don't want to obey, he just locks your digital ool off. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him? Salakia. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? That we know that thick clay is ibatya, heavy debts, pledges, right? And I wanted to go into this because that's how the wicked elite operate, but a lot of you Babylonians have the same mind frame, man. You laden yourself with thick clay. A lot of you are living, it was paycheck to paycheck. Now you living credit card to credit card, credit card statement to credit card statement. You living off of debt, interest, usury. You on borrowed time, and it can't go on forever. It can't. How can it? So this is I wanted to get this in a couple translations, a couple different couple different versions of the Bible, right? Because we always read the KJV, but let's get it in the New King James Version, right? It says, will not all these take up a proverb against them? This Habakkuk 2 and 6. Will not all these take up a proverb against them, and a taunting riddle against him, and say, woe to him who increases what is not his? Everywhere Esau Edom got, everything Esau got, he stole it. How long? And to him who loads himself with many pledges, debts. It's the NLT. But soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Chiefly the wicked elite. Now will you get what you deserve? You've become rich by extortion. That's what usury is, interest. It's extortion. Unjust weights. But how much longer can this go on? It's not going to go on much longer. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to recompense this devil. You get that. That's the point. A lot of these this pretty much says the same thing. It talks about extortion and thievery, man. And that's how this devil got everything. But a lot of you people are also you trust in oppression. You trust in this system. You know, you know. Going back to verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Really talking about these nations. They about to turn on America. They that ate thy bread have laid a deadly wound. Okay? But a lot of you about to get bitten also. You know? Because you've been doing nothing but accumulating debt. You know? And it's gonna come. It's gonna. Man, you in a bad case. You know? And it says, shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and wake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be booties unto them. Okay? The whole thing is good, but that's the point. Okay? And that's what you see happening. That's what you see. That's pretty much the point. I had a couple scriptures. Like I said, I didn't know one wanted to go with it. A lot of things were on my mind, But hey, we're broken records, man. We're broken records. We keep telling you all hell is about to break loose, man. Bad times on the horizon, man. 2 Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Hey, we keep warning you with broken records, but you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. You fanning your hand at the truth. You're proud just like your daddy. But the pride of thine heart have deceived you also. Pride goeth before destruction. Hey, this thing gonna catch a lot of you off guard. Evil times on the horizon. We keep warning you. Mass layoffs, man. Sedition, wars, class wars, race wars. Bad times, man. Isaiah 19:15. Broken records. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. More and more layoffs. That's all that's in the news. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. That's the times that we're coming into. That's why it's important. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Evil days are coming. They here. We at the door of them. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Even these these rulers are going to be in a bad case. That's why it started at the beginning of the year. The CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond took a plunge off a skyscraper. And look what's happening now. He saw the writing on the wall, and he checked out. What's happening to Bed Bath & Beyond right now? Bankruptcy. David's Bridals. All these companies are going under. This big Ponzi scheme is coming to a screeching halt. This house of cards. I forget who said it. I'm stealing this from somebody. Salakia. One of them economic guys mentioned it. He said this house of cards that's built on sand is collapsing, and that's what this bitch is. It's a one big Ponzi scheme. Everything is a Ponzi scheme built upon debt. Again, the house of cards built upon sand is collapsing. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Again, no work for Egypt. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You see, I mentioned we know the music industry, that's through. The entertainment industry is done. Movies are done. Like you see, the damn writers are striking now. Everybody's striking. Everybody's protesting. Because that's the times that we're living in. We ain't in the time of peace and safety. We're in the time of war, evil, destruction. Let me hit this one too. It goes right with the keepers of the house. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men. The keepers of the house is trembling. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them, the rust representing the wickedness, right? The rust of them shall be a witness against you. According to his substance shall be the restitution. You done heaped everything to yourself. You done gobble everything down, but you about to vomit it up. You know? Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Esau knows that. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Adawan of Sabaoth, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts. Okay? Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the days of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Okay? Read some more. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord Adawan. That's what we're waiting on. Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to rise up to the prey. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth. We've been laboring, man. You know, in the field, sowing. You know, sowing, tilling the ground, planting these seeds. You know, and the reward is coming. Fishing. You know, a reward is coming for the elect. It says, and have long patience for it until he receiveth the early and latter rain. Patient means to suffer. You know, we've been patiently waiting. We still waiting patiently on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to return and recompense our enemies, man, and redeem his elect, his chosen. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, and your heart is your mind, your lob. For the coming of the Lord Adawan draweth nigh. That's the good news. Our redemption is nigh, baby. You know, he gonna recompense all of our adversaries. Okay? This place is through. You know, so let me close out here. I'm gonna close out here. I know it's probably all over the place, but it is what it is. I don't want to write this out. This was edifying and exhorting and comforting. You know, beautiful times, man. Beautiful times. You know, repent, man. Repent. Take heed. Stop putting the day of the Lord off, man. Stop putting the Lord off, man. Seek the Lord while he may be found. You know, fight the good fight of faith. Keep pushing. We're close. 2 Ezra 15. And let me start Slakia. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That's what's coming, baby. Sedition, bank runs, you know, all manner of hell is gonna break loose once this economy officially collapses. There's no work. You can't, your 401k vanishes right in front of your eye, your pension, you know. You're going to go to the grocery store. There ain't going to be no food because famine is coming also, you know. It's going to be dark out. The windows are going to be dark out there, baby. Dark. Martial law, looting, shooting, you know. The love of many going to wax cold, you know. Race wars, class wars, domestic violence, you know. That's what's coming. It's right around the corner. For the sword and the ultimate sword is coming. The missiles, the nukes. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, for because of their pride. What did I read earlier? Many miseries. For many, 2 Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You love this world. You're drunken in the cares of this world. You know? That's why that day is going to overtake you as a thief. You're completely blinded to the reality of things. You know, you're trusting in oppression. You're trusting in Egypt. You're trusting in the wicked, instead of putting your trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The days of Jacob's trouble is quickly approaching. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That's what's coming. Evil times, a dog-eat-dog world. Diego's day, Diego's night. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. All right? Economic turmoil. That's what's coming. A collapse. Okay? A global reset. The charagma. Okay? All hell is about to break loose, man. We're at the door. Hey, keep pushing, keep fighting, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam yasharala.